Hey, welcome to another episode of the Fan Film Podcast. We've got two guests tonight. We got Alex Valderana and Jon Caballero. And they'll be talking about a Batman fan film, Hothouse, as well as their new series, Nightwing series that's coming out. Had some bad weather at the time of the interview, so I threw up a news report, and it kind of makes sense once you hear the beginning of the interview. And we also have, as introductory music, is original soundtrack of Batman Hothouse, a piece by Kurt Dumas. So you'll hear that, and then we'll get into the podcast. This is part one of two.
Oh, I heard all kinds of noises. You know, you heard the wind, and there was wind, and it was terrible.
86-year-old Rita stunned tonight, narrowly missing being injured as this huge oak tree came crashing through her roof into her bedroom here on Chelsea Street in the Tottenville section of Staten Island. Several blocks away, swirling high winds and heavy downpours, snapping trees one after another here on Camden.
Everybody's cars are covered. I mean, everybody's cars are damaged. Their homes are damaged.
Connie amazed by tonight's weird-sounding storm as the power went out.
We heard like it had to be from the funnel. It sounded like a wolfing kind of sound.
Backyard sheds demolished and Joe's backyard trees all down tonight.
We were scared. We ran. My daughter started crying, and we just ran to the basement for cover because I thought all the trees were going to fall into the house.
The storm toppled everything in its path. Pamela was with her little girls inside when her metal gazebo came crashing down, still not knowing what hit here.
And then when I looked outside, I said, is it a hurricane, a tornado? I didn't know what it was. It was very frightening.
Hey, man, how you doing? How's your girl?
She's good. She's still in Canton, and they're telling her that the delays might even be longer. So
Yikes.
She's like fucked right now.
Nice. I got Alex on the line. It took me a bit to get a hold of him. I guess you guys are having some phone issues out there.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
how you doing, man?
How you doing, bro?
Good. It's nice to talk to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man, it's good to talk to you.
And
as long as you're still alive, it didn't blow up.
Crazy weather, man. Crazy fucking weather.
What's wrong with you?
Upstairs, when I heard the rain, it sounded like bullets hitting the car. It was like so heavy.
Wow. Nuts.
Crazy stuff.
Trains are a mess. I want her to close down and stuff.
Yeah, I know. My girlfriend's like totally screwed right now. She's come all the way back from New York, and so I don't know what she's gonna do. If she's gonna go somewhere else, I don't know what the hell she's gonna do. Go back to work.
Right.
No, it's pretty shitty. My sister's trying to get back from the city, too. She can't. She's probably going to stay in the night. No.
Yeah, I think we got Jon coming in.
Hello?
Who's there?
Yo, Jon Caballero. What's going on? It's Nightwing. What's up, man? We're all here.
Are you a fellow Long Island?
John lives in, where does he live, John? Ozone Park.
Yeah.
I live out in Queens by the airport. Well, it's funny because I was just looking you guys up, too.
What's that?
Yeah. I was just looking you guys up.
Oh, okay.
You guys called me. You guys, you interviewed a friend of mine from Five Towns College who did the Wine and West fan film.
The fan film world is a very small one. But people
it is a very small one.
each other, and it's kind of cool. It's not like Hollywood. It's like a big circle. Then there's people who don't know you for shit. And the fan film world, you pretty much know each other.
Yeah, you know about each other. Except for the bad ones.
Better than your Batman film, and that shit goes on.
That's what happened.
Nice fan film. I liked it was better called Batman Dead End. I liked that one better.
That was really good. I thought it was good. Yeah, no, that one was
the ball, really. Like, it was just Batman.
That was the one that started it all, yeah. It really
made it hard for people to, like, even get close to it. So, people have. They're definitely. Yeah, I was just blown away by the constant thing and everything.
And the finest, Grayson, all that shit too.
You were very like it was a very Jim Lee Batman. Was that intentional?
You're talking in Hothouse?
like the style of the Batman costume was very Jim. Yeah, in Hothouse.
Yeah,
very, Jim Lee,
the actor Brian Morton. You're working with this guy named Sean Reed, who actually has a site where he designs all these amazing sculpted masks and stuff. So Brian commissioned him to do the Jim Lee Hush cowl, and we used that. It was pretty cool to run with it. We didn't use eyeshadow or anything, so it was pretty good. Yeah, it worked out really well.
We usually do. We usually put the eyeshadow on there.
Yeah, we just figured not to have it this time, just why not, because just do something different. You didn't really need it either, because it was blue, and I don't know, that was a different look, because most fans come, either a Dark Knight outfit, or they have like a comic, or just a bad version of, I don't know, some bad outfit. So much further up.
I know it's like a lot of guys have been going back to the old traditional blue in fan films, which I think is cool.
I like that too, yeah.
They bringing it back, not necessarily the dark Knight, but still keep it as Bat Knight, Black Knight persona or Dark Knight persona, but going back to the throwback of the blue costume, but he was equally scary when he was wearing with like a blue costume. He was equally scary back then too.
Unless it was Adam West, but yeah.
As you guys go back, as far as like Norm Brayfogle days of Detective Comics. Right. He made his Batman look like a fucking demon. And like his horns were pointing really far forward and shit. Like 1,000 feet long, looked like Spawn's cape, all alive almost. Yeah, he used to draw some sick shit back in the day. I miss his stuff. I don't know if he's dead or not, but I was a big fan of his for a while.
Yeah, he might be at the New York Comic Con
coming up. Yeah, I'm going to be there, walking around for us anyway.
I'm going to be there too, man. We'll all be there. We're going around.
We should hook up and geek out. It'd be good stuff.
I don't get to be there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, one time you can get together and not be ashamed of it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'm like reading like a Captain America comic on the subway, and like people are looking at me. I'm like, hey, what's up?
I was on the train once for the first Comic-Con I went to, and there was this weird guy sitting next to us. He was like trying to get some kind of petition to get this Spider-Man back into like the Macy's Day Parade. He was really weird. Like he got drunk off like, Mom, yeah, it was cool, but it was just very odd. I was like, and that's when I first like decided, wow, I'm not that geeky. I'm not that bad. There's worse.
We must have the Spider-Man balloon back immediately. I do miss it. Again, it's
get the protest for it.
Like this guy
also knew like. Yeah, they took it a little. I didn't even know if he wasn't there, so I didn't. I felt bad.
Then they got like Thomas the Tank Engine and shit. They're like lame now.
The balloons like the years old anyway. I don't think that was holding up too well. I think there were a lot of factors in that Spider-Man balloon.
Yeah, there's been some balloon mishaps going on. A lot of people dying, children burning alive. These, it's terrible. I hope Chris is recording this because this is golden.
Yep. I'm just waiting for you guys to come up for air.
What the fuck?
Okay, let me try to organize this mess if I can try.
Alrighty then.
Okay, we're actually, Fanboy Willin and myself are actually talking to two gentlemen this evening. We're talking to an Alex, I'm going to ruin this, Valderana. How do you pronounce it?
You got it.
All right, awesome. And John's is pretty easy. Caballero.
Yes.
All right, Jon Caballero is, Alex is the mastermind behind this Batman Hothouse, which he feels the need to apologize for, I guess, this evening. And Jon Caballero is a co-producer and also an actor in his current fan film project, Batman fan film project, which we'll touch upon. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for having me.
We had some technical issues.
I scared them, so.
That's all right. No, you guys were getting along famously. I'll just sit back and you guys can rap. I guess there's some issues in New York this evening. I guess they had a big storm that blew through there. So.
Well, it's been the weather here has been horrible.
Yeah.
We actually got rained out one night while shooting because it was just out of control.
Now, is this John?
No, not the case of that fan films, you know?
Is that John? I just want to get to differentiate the voices. Was that John? Was it? Okay.
And Alex, you always tell Alex by the way he laughs.
Okay. Just so I can distinguish the voices.
Yeah, I've heard that many times. Apparently I have a laugh. It's very distinctive.
comical. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Now, you guys go through your production company, Alex's 2 a.m. Already Productions, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And you've done some original stuff. What's that?
I guess so. Yeah, it's actually from my first film. But
Okay, yeah.
There's a line from the first film I threw in here.
And then you do what made you decide to do a Batman fan film out of the gazillion Batman fan films that are out there?
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I was in love with the Batman comics and everything, like most comic fans. And I really grew up on the animated series and everything like that. And, I saw Batman Dead End and Grayson, and I was really inspired by then. And it wasn't really until I got into college and I started doing filmmaking, which I decided, wow, you know what, I would love to do this. I mean, I know this guy who has an amazing outfit, and he has an amazing Batman voice, and if I pushed him and we did this together, it would be great. And, that's what I thought at the time. And also, I remembered that Poison Ivy was a villain who had never really gotten justice in any fan film or even any film. No disrespect to Joe Schumacher, but that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Is your thumb the only part of you that's green?
You will just have to find out.
I want us to be together, but I want to make sure you're serious about turning over a new leaf. I need a sign.
How about slippery when wet?
Of trust. Tell me your plan.
Kiss me and I'll tell you.
Tell me and I'll kiss you.
That is one big pile of shit.
So then I decided to
actually had Poison Ivy in it, but it was a very, very quick appearance.
Yeah, Batman Madness, which never got completed, I don't think.
No.
It wraps Poison Ivy around Batman, like Superman for like a second. I think that's her only part. That's it.
Yeah. Right.
But yours was hotter, so that.
Oh, thank you.
The hotness factor is very important when we're talking about Poison Ivy.
Yeah, apparently, yes. I agree.
There you go. We're manly men.
She's one of the hottest supervillain chicks, so she should be scantily clad if you ask me.
Alex knows some hot chicks. I've seen some photos.
Well, now, all the cosplayers, want to idolize Arkham Asylum Ivy because she has green panties and, an orange jumpsuit shirt, and that's it.
I would place it in very special spots.
My favorite Ivy.
So what do you wanted to sound off on your film? What makes you so critical, Alex? What makes you so critical of your Hothouse film?
Of Hothouse.
Yeah, you said you had a lot of stuff to explain on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to play a blame game or anything. Spiraled out of control slowly during production. We were shooting last summer in July and August, and I just knew we had to get some things done pretty quickly because Brian is about to move to California. Our Poison Ivy, Rachel Barker, had very limited availability because she was on a dance team for our university hospital.
Okay.
And it was just difficult to schedule everything, so we did all that. But what happened was, as we got the shooting, we shot the first week. It was pretty much, we shot the Bruce Wayne outfit scenes, and we shot the detective scene. I had to figure out ways to do something with the other characters. Rather than having cardboard detective characters, I had to try to characterize them because we didn't have Brian to use as Batman for most of the shoot. So that's why I did that. And I don't know how that went over. I mean, people don't seem to mind that. In my opinion, that's where the film really started dragging. And it's also a reflection of me because I didn't direct the actors enough. And it's also a reflection on them because I felt like they didn't push in as much as they could have for the detectives. But then when the second half of the shoot came up and Brian was back, things went a little bit better. But slowly but surely, the VP and I, Eric Platnick and I, just didn't get along at all. And we clashed constantly. And you cannot do that on set. And even though we tried to settle our differences every now and then, it just would never work out. So every day on set was pretty miserable. The morale was pretty low. The actors weren't really getting along with me. They respected him more. The crew respected me more than they respected Platnick. It was a really circus of a set. And one night we were shooting in the city. We did the rooftop scenes, Gordon and Batman and Batman and Ivy. And me and my AD went downstairs to get food. And we were looking for a place that was open. The Batman news, we came back, and our van, which was supposed to have all the equipment up on the roof, was gone. It had been towed. So, we were trying not to panic. It was 3 a.m., and it was pretty bad. And we knew we had to get this heavy equipment somewhere. We had nowhere to put it. And so I told the crew not to say anything to anybody. And then Poison Ivy came down, and she found out about it. And she went up, or someone went up and told Eric. And Eric, in a moment, I guess, of anger, and he was just tired of it, he took the camera and he left us in the city that night. He took back a bunch of people, though. He took back a crew member and Ivy and some, because people did have to get back to the islands for some work the next day, but he didn't really offer to take any lights or anything like that. And to me, I don't know, that was the night that really changed the direction of the shoot. John and Jeff, we were left in the city on the street corner, and me and my AD Andrew went to go try and find the van from wherever it had been towed. And of course, they gave us the wrong address. We wasted like an hour driving around the city. And then we finally decided to get back. We all threw all the equipment back onto the roof when it had been brought down, which was, not easy because it was like heavy shit. We left it there hoping no one would take it. And then we went back home, dropped everybody off in different places in Long Island. Brian got to sleep until like 2 p.m. I had to get up like at 8, so I got like an hour to sleep. Went to shoot, and we were shooting at this, there was like an ice slip in Long Island, big foresty area. And our producer had gotten it for us at the last second. So we had a greenhouse where we shot the first part of the day scenes, but they weren't going to let us shoot the night scenes there because the fight scene and everything. So we went to this lake place. This looked like fucking Jason Voorhees lake. It was pretty bad. It just was awful. And I guess when I was looking at the footage, so many things paint my memories of it. It's very hard for me to be objective, even though I edited it all together and everything. I just felt like so much more could have been done better. The final scene with Batman and Ivy was stripped down to a spare because we were shooting that really late at night at this our actress's location, Alexa's house in Locust Valley, I believe.
Well, Locust Valley is directly next door to me in Oyster Bay here.
Oh, wow. It's funny.
Right there.
Yeah, it was a nice place. It was an awesome location. I was really grateful for Alexa to give us that because she had a big house and she had this huge garden, which really worked as a greenhouse. I do like the final scene in the back, but I always feel like sometimes if it was just the final scene in Hothouse, that it would have been a lot better. I know it's been hard to take away everything that's really shot, but I mean, there was just a lot more that's supposed to be involved. And there's just some parts of it that don't click with me. I made things work, like the scene with Batman and the two thugs where he takes them out in the car.
Yeah.
I repeated like one guy's line like 3 times to make it more comedic because otherwise it was just very stiff. A lot of guys weren't actors. The guy who played George in the fight scene, he wasn't an actor. He was a friend of mine from a restaurant I worked at, and he was a good friend, and he did great, but I mean, let's face it, he's no, Johnny Depp or anything. No one was really doing that great. So for me, to do Nightwing now is a big it's very much about like my redemption piece. Like I'm trying to do something in the fan film world, which Hothouse surprisingly has gotten over with the fans. Like they like it a lot, and I don't know. I was just surprised at the reaction it got. Because all I can see are its flaws. It's very hard for me to see a positive in it. And I guess
that's like any director. That's like with paintings and stuff. It's like I always see the wrong stuff. It always pops out,
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I know.
It does to you. It doesn't normally do it to everybody else. Everybody else doesn't see what you see.
I was like, this is the most amazing thing ever. Like, I wish I felt that way. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's amazing. It's just amazing to see that a film put together as a whole anyways, because you actually have a story. Fanboy Will and I didn't know, the story behind putting it together. So that's probably why it's obviously more why you're critical on it than your average viewer.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the story behind it was like I made into a script called Child of Chaos, and I was going to make a film about like making this crazy film. And then it didn't get made because I was focusing on school. But that's how I met John. He came into the audition, and he was a big Nightwing fan, and we just seemed to click. Once he knew it was like about Hothouse and everything. So then, he had been talking to me a long time about doing a Nightwing thing, and he and I were really the driving force. But like I couldn't have really started without him getting that motivation to me to do it. But and it's come a long way, and it's still going. But it's definitely, so far what we've shot has made me feel a lot more confident about what I've been doing. And even some people who keep in touch with me like on Facebook, I'll get chatted up by these random people who just really like Hothouse a lot. So that's a feeling I never really had before. And it's special to me because all I really wanted to do was do a fan film. It wasn't for money or profit or anything. That's a fan film. It's nature, not for money or profit. It's just for love. So it was pretty cool. The fact that it came out the way it was. And, it came out the way it did, and that's that. And I can take what I run from it and apply it to things now, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Right. Well, look at Aaron Schoenke there. His first film wasn't all that incredible. It was good. It wasn't as impressive as City of Scars. So that's kind of your, Batman Beyond Year One was your Hothouse, I guess we can say.
Pretty much, yeah. Actually, my Batman, Brian Morton, played Mr. Zaz in City of Scars. He did some work for his friends in California.
world, man.
Yeah.
The fan film community. Isn't that, Chris?
It sure is. Everyone knows someone. Yeah.
I'm just new into this whole fan film world, and I think that now my name should be heard quite a bit more.
Listen up, you newbie.
I'm hearing so many new names and I'm hearing so many new names and so many new people that you guys are talking about, that Alex is talking about, and I'm like, wow, God, this is one small community.
You're getting attacked by fan film references right away.
Exactly.
What the fuck does that mean? Who the hell is that guy?
Yeah, and I took it only from the Batman fan film forums, Chris Notoriety, Aaron Shockey, like they're always posting and stuff, and some of them are flaming others, but yeah, it's a fun Batman fan film forum site.
Yeah.
That can get pretty brutal in there, Batman fan films forum.
They are pretty brutal. I've heard, Chris Notoriety, I respect him a lot because he's done so much in the fan film industry, and he gets bashed a ton, and it's just crazy, and, they respect Shockey and so much more. But, like, one thing Notoriety said that I disagreed with was that...
There's a reason for that.
Was just like, Shockey put so much money into City of Stars, and Notoriety is a guy who really prides himself on putting less money and getting better quality. And while there's merit to that, I mean, to me, it's about quality over quantity. So he comes out with so many films, and it's staggering how well he does them. But I really respect Shockey for taking a risk and putting his money into that, even if he's not going to see a cent of it back. Like, Hollywood people, the hope is that they'll see it, like they did with Sandy Cloa, right? That end.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
good film, by the way.
And obviously, that's any filmmaker's goal. I didn't see that yet, but I heard it's
a little slow in the beginning, but once it starts, the story starts to unravel. I mean, it's not for your video game, thrill a minute kind of audience today, but us guys, back in the 80s who appreciated sci-fi or that kind of sci-fi, it's not a bad piece of work.
That's cool. So it's like a throwback piece?
Pretty much, yeah. Cool. Definitely took influences from the old 80s sci-fi films and, of course, Star Wars.
That's great.
Yeah.
What movie are we talking about now?
Hunter Prey.
Oh, Hunter Prey. That's Colorado's new film.
Yeah. Not a bad flick.
Pretty cool.
Right. But that's exactly what Shockey and we're doing. And, I think that's Notority's hope, too. I think that's any filmmaker's hope who does a fan film. But I'm not going to just limit myself to it. Like, I'm doing this now because I want to do it and I love it and I'm driven to do it. But, like, yeah, exactly. I don't want to limit myself to one type of, because then it's very hard if you do that. Then you'd be like George Reeves and Superman, like you will typecast your stuff, but you can't get anything else, even, except for Nolan. Like, I was going to say Christopher Nolan almost kind of did that, but he hasn't, because he can do Inception. I think after he gets done so well is because the fans of Dark Knight and want to see, like, another film by Nolan. And when they see Dark Knight, they go out and they see Memento, and they go out and see The Prestige or whatever, Like,
exactly.
It's that kind of following that you build. That's what I want to try and be like.
How are you guys feeling about the announcement for this new Spider-Man movie? I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like, I'm like, I don't know a direction or a bad direction, but
I'm tired of people going back and doing something over again. The first one was
Friday the 13th remake, and it's like that was a million years ago.
And that was pulled off. The first Friday the 13th was great. Now they go ahead and I was totally bummed out about the Friday the 13th one. To be honest,
that film was awful.
And the Freddy remake and the Predators, this and that. I mean, there's good enough stories that you can tell another one, and these people just keep filtering the same, same water back into our system. Where it's like, okay, now we've given you three Spider-Mans, we fucked up Venom bad, and we're going to go ahead and we'll scratch it and start from scratch.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire did a great job. I love Sam Raimi. His work with Evil Dead and basically everything he's done. I thought that was great. And I think that they just don't have the balls of commitment to do another Spider-Man and try to redeem themselves. Now they're just trying to prequel it and, and give it a couple more years and they'll do the same thing with Iron Man and the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
X-Men.
I really hope they don't do it.
Oh, they're doing that with the X-Men already, John.
But they already are. I mean, because the Mantle was done already. I think the son of J.D. Salinger directed it.
Captain America and Thor look built, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I think that
the Marvel thing does look good.
It seems that the Marvel
Chris Evans playing Captain America, though.
No, you see, as long as he doesn't play like a wise ass like he does in his other movies, Because Captain America's not really a wise ass.
I thought it was going to be a good pick for him would have been the blonde kid from Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, that's kind of like
I could see that.
Oh, right. They cast Human Torches Captain America, didn't they? I mean, the guy from Fantastic Four, Chris Evans.
Right.
A master thespian to be Captain America or anything, but, you know, you have to have a certain, you know, air of toughness and bravery and seriousness and all the things he stands for, you know, which is...
Yeah, totally.
You know, when Chris discussed, I think it was last show, Chris, we were talking about, was it 2 shows ago, I think? We're talking about the Captain America movie?
Yeah.
Like 2 shows ago?
That's true.
And we're talking about, in the movie now, he's known not as Captain America, but as a patriot, isn't it?
Well, they were going to downplay the American aspect of the character, which I wasn't a big fan of.
You can't downplay that.
No, it's Captain America. How can you?
So terrible. Wow. You call him Kevin. It's so sensitive these days. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a superhero, for Christ's sake. It's a movie.
It's a superhero that's been around since the 1930s, you know?
Well, he was created out of World War II, correct? Yeah.
Exactly.
Some people think it's propaganda.
So, it's kind of like changing the name of, you know, Spider-Man in the movie. It'd be retarded.
Yeah.
If it would have been PC, it's a Spider-Person.
Yeah, exactly.
Spider-Person, we don't know what sex he is. He just swings around on a rope.
Can't see no jugs. Man.
Are they man boobs or girl boobs? I don't know.
It's like that old SNL skit with Pat. Wasn't it the Pat skit? Where you never knew what the character was?
Yeah, they couldn't tell, it was like something rather androgyny. It's Pat.
I think they made a full movie on that, too.
Hey, weren't you on TV last night?
Yes, I was.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Okay.
Pat, aren't you?
Who wants to know?
Oh, we're Ween.
What's a ween?
No, they did. Oh, Jesus Christ.
God help us. Yes, they did. Of course they did.
So, John, let's get you involved a little more here. How did you give us a little background, John, on yourself and how you hooked up with Mr. Valderana and how you got involved in the project?
I was just basically breaking into acting. I was just going to any audition that would have me at the time, and I went to the Child of Chaos. I got a script for it. And I was like, oh, that seems like it'd be really cool. Picked out a role, read for it, but before I read for it, me and Alex had the opportunity to just sit down and chit-chat about what the role was about, what the movie was about, and we segued and talked about, you know, how I wanted to do in the future a Nightwing movie. And he said, oh, you'd be perfect for what I would envision Nightwing as. I'm like, wow, that's great, yeah, because I would definitely like to play Nightwing. And so we talked a little more, and after the Child of Chaos thing, I was like, yo, I started writing a script. That went, you know, completely kibosh. I'm not a writer. But we started shooting ideas back and forth, and we eventually came up with the idea of, you know, Batman leaves town and called Dick Grayson back to Gotham. And here he is now having to pick up Batman's, you know, pieces of what he left Dick.
Right, kind of like his mantle kind of deal.
It's a really cool concept. I think it's a really cool concept because it still gives him the resentment that Dick Grayson has for Batman. And, I mean, this is not going to be... The one thing I want this to be is not your everyday Robin. You know, people still see Robin running around in tights and the stupid little mask. I mean, Ward really fucked up Robin. The whole 60s series completely shitted on that. And he was one of my favorite characters. He has been for years. So now it's kind of like I get an opportunity to do Nightwing in this fashion.
I always loved the old school Titans with, you know, Dick Grayson as Robin. Even though he's wearing that kind of like, you know, that silly Robin outfit, he was still cool to me. Like, he still carried like that kick-ass, like real deal superhero kind of a feel. Even though he was dressed kind of stupid, you know. He just got old, and he looked a little more serious, a little more cool, you know. But when he was he was goofy.
I just believe that Robin was the only character that didn't develop in the DC universe for quite a while. You know,
I always thought he did get shit on, right?
I mean, he did get in the late 80s, and he get until the early 90s. But it took a long time for Dick Grayson to inevitably become this Dick Grayson, the new Dick Grayson. And I think that the story unfolds so much better from the time that he left, the tight-wearing Batman sidekick to today. I think that's a very more in-depth character, and it has a shit ton of awesome backstory. When he leaves Batman for the Justice League, and then he goes on his own, he still kind of just has a resentment towards Batman. I think that really layers him as his own character now. And that's why I kind of want to just break away from the Boy Wonder.
And then in the 60s, he kind of had that Leave It to Beaver kind of persona.
Holy complications. Holy agility. Holy blackout. Holy missing relatives. Holy sudden incapacitation. Holy one-track back computer mind. Holy standstills. Holy Fourth Amendment. Holy time bomb. Holy non-sequiturs.
I don't think so, Robert.
But yeah, once the Titans came around, they kind of Marv Wolfman actually made him the character that I think he is today, or at least laid the foundation for him.
Somebody did it.
That was like him and Perez, right?
Yep.
That run on Titans. I was talking about
really where Nightwing got his big star at the Teen Titans, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I always liked Kid Flash, though.
Yeah, he was a whiny bitch in that series too. Yeah. Now Speedy was the junkie.
Oh, that was Speedy.
Yeah, Speedy was the junkie.
Yeah.
Wally was kind of the whiny bitch who, I want to be a superhero. I don't want to be a superhero.
I have so many problems.
Yeah. But that's the thing that made that Titan series, is because that's what Wolfman did. Is he, instead of just doing two-dimensional characters, he put a new layer on them, and each of them had issues. And I mean, it's cheesy to read them now. If you go back and read them, they are pretty cheesy dialogue. But at least he laid the foundation for more three-dimensional characters.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of comics you can go back and do that with now. So, if I read some of the Spider-Man comic books today that I read that I thought was so cool when I was a kid, I was like, well, why did I think this was cool?
Right.
Or you watch like Masters of the Universe today and be like, holy shit.
And
that's terrible.
Cool movie. I watch it back to back to back to back.
Watch that with the Punisher. I love the Punisher, actually. I actually like the Punisher a lot. The Dolph Lundgren one, I thought he was awesome.
Dolph Lundgren. I just don't think
the movie sucked, but I liked him as the Punisher.
I liked Warzone. I thought it was so funny. I loved Warzone. I thought it was great.
I actually like Thomas Jane, probably his best. I like Thomas Jane a lot as the Punisher, actually. I thought that new one was crazy. It was like crazy violent. It was like the Garth Ennis, influence. The Garth Ennis is all about, cursing, dismembering, shooting, perverting, everything that makes comics great today. That's what he was about. Like, his writing is so crazy. It's just like, oh my God, like he should. Well, I always say this to people. I don't know how he hasn't gotten a gig writing a movie yet. Because like his
I'm interested in that. I don't know, but all his work is very cinematic, especially his Punisher.
He could do anything. He could do superheroes. He did a war series, which is off the hinges. It was great. It was like a World War II series. It was amazing. He could do anything. He could move anything. He should be writing movies.
Yeah.
He's like Tarantino. So his stuff will be very passionate, just like, Tarantino. He doesn't always hit the mark, Tarantino, but he's very passionate about what he does, and it comes across in his films,
Exactly, yeah.
So I could definitely picture him just going out and fucking shit up, making movies. So we'll see. Hopefully in the future, we'll see what happens, Maybe.
Yeah, totally.
Alan Moore, definitely not. He's still like cottage in fucking England with the Hobbit, locked inside. But he could turn out some amazing writing, that guy, though. It's incredible. He comes up with incredible. They're going to use up all the air in the building. I can't breathe. You got to shoot me down, man. It's flying way too high.
So that's
give you a moment to catch your breath.
It's called. That's where editing comes in. Well, let's talk about why. What kind of web series is it going to be? Is it going to be your typical viral web series where it's like 5-minute web bits? Are they actually going to be, 30-minute?
Oh, I'm trying to make it more like a 15-minute episode type thing deal. My producer Audrey LeRae, who's also a songwriter and actress. She's working on a website for us right now. and I want to use that site, to throw the episodes on. But right now we've been shooting episode 1, which is like a 15-minute script, which deals, how Nightwing rises into the area, and he deals with this killer named Dr. Klemper, who's actually from like a Batman annual from like 1989. So I changed the gender and I changed everything else about the character, being played by Mandy Brown, who actually coincidentally just played Catwoman in Christopher Nolan's Night Waltz. Anyway, but so it's going to be a 15-minute episode, probably split up. I think I'm probably going to do like these small episodes in between, just small scenes bridging the episodes. Like it's going to be a scene, maybe if I can get lucky and do some Batman scene with Nightwing, that'd be cool, like explaining why he's leaving. A Catwoman intro, things like that I'm working on. The scope of the project is pretty big. Sometimes it kind of overwhelms me when I look at it because like of how many people I cast. But I remember that a lot of them are smaller roles. A lot of them are only in one episode, so it's not like it's crazy. Like this is going to be a consistent thing. But I thought it would be a web series because I wrote the script, and then I think I'm a good writer. I think I am. But I overwrote, and I wrote like a lot of pages. There was like at least 100 and something pages. So I was like, this can't be made. It takes so much money. It's better if we split it up and do it by episodes. So I switched the script around, and John and I, he was on board with that. So we kind of went off that and decided to do it in a different way. And I think it's been successful so far. I mean, it had its turbos with recasting and some other problems, but overall, like now we're really hitting the nitty-gritty of it. Like this weekend coming up, we're going to be pretty much completing most of it. So that's really cool. And then it should be like pretty much edited by November or so, and then you can have the first episode up. I was hoping to have it ready by October 3rd, the Comic-Con. Was it October 3rd or the 8th? The 8th. But that's not going to happen. But, oh well,
Are you talking about New York? You guys going to be maybe you showing it in New York if you could, or?
New York. No, I was going to pass out like DVD copies for free and stuff like that, trying to do promotion, or at least have posters ready. I mean, I know
I'm probably going to people doing that at this show. It'd be pretty successful. Like just walking around and saying,
totally. That's exactly what I'm doing. Like I want to bring John in a Nightwing outfit, and whoever else I can wrangle together that I might have up. Yeah, so I have plans for the Comic-Con, and if not for the Comic-Con, I mean things would be a lot different because when I first started working with Brian Morton, who was Batman and Hothouse, like we did a student film years ago called Go Forward, which was about this crippled kid who is depressed and he wants to kill himself. And before he kills himself, he has this dream of like meeting his comic book heroes he grew up loving, and they dissuade him from suicide. It turns his life around and shit. But when I was doing that, my friend David Woodruff, he helped me get in contact with Brian, and then we really forged a strong relationship through that. So, and he's the guy who goes to Comic-Con. It's amazing, the cosplayers. I really respect him because I don't think I could spend that much money on an outfit and make it look like better than it does in the films, and it's amazing. And plus, going to Comic-Cons, one of the best parts is seeing the cosplayers, especially the females and everything. Makes me feel a lot much better to be a geek.
Right. You're like, oh man.
Hey, geek is the new cool.
John Schneider at the last Big Apple Con, and we're talking about some random topic, and I was like, well, what makes this like different from like a Dukes of Hazzard Fest? It's like, well, people are dressed like they're different. I can tell you that. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, it's actually these anime chicks walking around. Whoa. And I'm like, yeah. I think the dancers got a little shorter. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I know. So that was a very cool moment to share with him. That was funny.
No, I love the con.
And he's coming back to Smallville, which I'm psyched about.
Yeah.
So that's good.
He's going to be in the first episode tomorrow, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow premieres?
Back Lazarus, man.
Oh, no. I was a big Smallville fan until about season 7, and then I kind of tuned out. I did watch even the last one. People loved it. I thought it was okay, but I mean, there are some like Hawkman's outfit was like to me reminded me of the Justice League film from 1997. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
How they're doing with Paul, like,
I think that, but I don't know. They kind of like that's what we want in the last seasons here. Like, you want an Aquaman? Who's Aquaman? You want the Flash? Who's Flash?
Right.
Like,
they kind of did go all that. The Clark has like an S on his chest. Finally, all that stuff. Like that's cool. I like that. Because I was getting so tired of how he was always brooding and always like bitching about shit, and now he's finally, stepping up to the plate, which is cool.
Accepting who he is and his mission and all that stuff. So that is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it looks like a Superman Returns outfit. His outfit.
It's good. I was like,
oh yeah, that was terrible.
It was Returns outfit. Come on.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I know. I was expecting some like the traditional suit, but with a kind of different take on it. You know what I mean? Something a little different, a little more modern, but cool at the same time. Like embracing the feel of the old suit, giving it the modern day spin on it. You know, like a Batman. Well, the suit is really severely overdone Batman. It looks cool in the movies. I mean, the Batman suit looks great and everything, but it's kind of clunky. So it's not the same as the comic. Yeah. You know, it almost looks like a robot. No, it's not. You know, but it is cool. It looks really good on the film. So. That's the best of main of it, yeah. But the Superman suit, if you think about it, like Christopher Reeves, he really pulled it off back in the day. It was amazing. Like that goofy suit, he pulled it off, you know? Yeah. You have to have the right person, I guess, in the threads, and that's the difference, you know? Yeah, but, I don't think it was Brenda Routh who put it, I don't think it was Routh's fault. It was more the script by Singer. I mean, the script, yeah, it was terrible. And he took so much. He took so much from Richard Donner's film. He never made it his own. I thought that was the biggest problem with Returns, is that like it was all they had the same. It's similar to music to John Williams. They couldn't be times they had John Ottman do the music, so Ottman was doing the same shit Williams did with the music. It was like so many homages to it after homages to it, and it was just annoying. Like, come on, so many Donner references, and looks back on the Donner series. Yeah, and actually, my friend Anthony will like this. So he's like, if you made Superman like a rapist. Who kind of like left, he impregnated the girl, and then he left, and then he came back. Like, it was bad. I don't know what they did with that. That was stupid. And I thought Spacey would be awesome as Luthor. I wasn't happy with him at all. I was like, oh, jeez. Spacey, I actually enjoyed him a little bit. He came across as more like Daddy Warbucks and Lex Luthor to me for some reason. I don't know why. I heard that he was doing Othello during the time, and like when he was being interviewed about it, he said he was asked about Superman Returns, like, oh, it's not fucking Shakespeare. Like, yeah, that was the deal. And I was like, all right, damn it, come on, thanks a lot. I'm Lex Luthor, all right, film the fucking thing, let's go. Take these reels over. Jeez Christ. Again, the air has escaped. All you gotta do is get me passionate about something. I want to shut the fuck up. Chris has to like put the cattle prod through the phone to stop me from. Yeah. I was actually going to ask you guys the Nightwing project coming up. I quickly looked at the Facebook page for it, and you guys have a lot of females cast. Is there going to be like a Black Canary appearance, maybe like it looks like definitely Catwoman or maybe Huntress? Yeah, I have my friend. Well, yeah, this is Dr. Kittredge is Catwoman, and Diana Torgas is Huntress. And yeah, auditions for that were pretty crazy. Like we had like 2 days worth of auditions in the city, and we went through a lot of women. And
you poor Bubba.
But he wasn't there for some of the more crazy ones. John had some fun that day. He went through some women that day.
Yeah, have you seen all his pictures?
He did.
Seen all his pictures online there? He hangs out with some lookers.
The Catwoman thing?
Some lookers? No, just your regular photography.
Oh, right. Yeah, a lot of actually. Those girls are not they're not models. They're mostly actresses and stuff like that. I want those kind of shots done and stuff. And this is something I got into doing recently. I can't complain. It's fun.
No, absolutely.
So for this scene, you're going to be completely naked. But this is a fan film. Oh, I know. But this is naked anyway.
You've got to do a porn fan film there, Alex.
Didn't I hear something about like there was a Batman porn film coming out or some shit?
Yeah, it's out.
I heard about that.
I've seen it. It was pretty cool.
It did look pretty good.
It's pretty funny.
It did look pretty good. I saw it. I saw that for $1.
It was based on the 60s series.
Wow.
Holy glutinous maximus, Batman. This backclimb is sure hard on the buttocks.
Careful, Robin. Both hands on the bat rope.
Sorry, Batman.
Batman and Robin. What are you guys doing?
Holy hedgehog, Batman. Who is this?
Robin, this is Ron Jeremy. Without a doubt, the hardest working man in show business.
I'd red box it.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they have that in the red box, do they?
Pushing it a little bit.
I could see Grandma going to the red box. Oh, look! They made a new Batman movie. Batman 30.
You're going to change the names around. You got Dick Grayson. You don't have to fuck with names that much. No, you got Bruce Vane. Bruce Vane, main Vane. The Joker will be like the Stroker.
And that concludes this episode of the Fan Film Podcast. Make sure you come back for the next episode where we have part 2, talking with Alex and John. We'll see you then. Peace.
Holy heart failure. Holy Gemini, it worked great. Holy purple cannibal. Holy Luther Burbank. Holy hoofbeats. Holy eggshells. Holy fried towels, Batman. Holy understatements, Batman. Holy anagrams, what's the answer? Holy 10 toes. Holy pincushions. Holy human surfboards. Holy detonation.
Exactly, Robin.
Holy haziness. Holy contributing to the delinquency of minors. Holy roadblocks. Holy show-ups, that Batgirl. Holy surprise parties. Holy tintinnabulation. Holy rising hemlines. Holy homework. Holy levitation. Holy incantation. Holy Robert Louis Stevenson. Holy priceless collection of Etruscan snoods. Holy dilemma. Holy crucial moment. Holy homecoming. Holy tartars.
Unholy tartars, Robin.
Holy cold creeps. Holy here we go again, Batman. Holy special delivery. Holy return from oblivion. Holy finishing touches. Holy bargain basements, Batman. Holy knit one, pearl two. Holy hamstrings. Holy underwritten metropolis. Holy slip disc. Holy mechanical armies. Holy hypodermics. Holy Rip Van Winkle. Holy gall. Holy carrots a diamond. Holy hoofbeats. Holy hardest metal in the world. Holy journey to the center of the earth. Holy waste of energy. Holy razor's edge. Was that a close shave? Holy interplanetary yardstick. Holy rock garden. Holy known unknown flying objects. Holy disappearing act. Holy unrefillable prescriptions. Holy helplessness. Holy giveaways.
Not exactly, Robin.
Holy catastrophe. Holy astringent plum-like fruit. Holy human pressure cookers. Holy scalding.
Exactly, Robin.